Again, no intro today, folks. We're getting straight into this. I had to ask, you know what? Let's just get into this.
All right, so we have a wild turn of events here. This comes to us from Pirate Nation. They said UK Online Safety Act takes effect today. The UK, by the way, we all know it fell a long time ago. It's now official. This is levels of insanity that I could have never even fathomed lifetime.
I believe by the time this upload, it's already been taken into effect. Maybe I should read this before smash AT with it. Let's see what it is. For UK Online Safety Act, users must verify identity with third party and scan their faces to access adult content online. Screen time limits require age verification proposed. For video games exceeding 2 hours, non-compliance fine £18 million or 10% revenue, sites may be blocked. Access to niche game forums or non-state approved content or P game, I would say P, will be restricted. Platforms like Pornhub, you know what the heck, that's just website. Discord, Reddit, and Grindr are compliant. Ofcom investigates 4chan, which may face Cloudflare block under court order, aims to prevent kids from accessing harmful social media content, which I had to ask. Is this really the fault of the internet or the fault of the parents? I may not be married yet, but even I have common sense on this one. You know what? Let's continue.
Picks up speed as it goes. Users must verify identity with a third party and scan their face to access adult content online. So I have so many issues with this, it's not even funny because typically, and you can quote me on this, when you peel back the layers, what always seems to be found out when this kind of stuff happens is the third party is somehow related to someone in government that makes this a law and passes it to make sure that this company makes infinite money. Who is the third party? And why are they allowed to do this over someone else? That's the first thing I think of when I see it. Same thing happened with when COVID was a big thing and they had all the COVID tests outside of all the sports arenas and the conventions and everything. I'm like, who are these people? Who is giving them the authority? Who's paying them money? Who's guaranteeing all this to all these people? There's so much money to be made when there's something forced on people. Proposed screen time limits require age verification for video games exceeding 2 hours. What? What about parenting? What about the parents?
I may not be married. I don't know what it's like to be a parent, but even I know this kind of thing is a parent's issue, not the government's issues or the internet's issue. And I'm certain some of you who watches this video, as I expected, either married or not married yet, you too know that this is, in fact, parents' issue. It's the parents should be the one to dictate what the children are allowed to watch. Seriously, how the hell these children got their hands on it? I had to know. My theory is that either the children found a loophole or they found an internet app left unintended. That is my theory.
Literally, 1984, the authoritarian government is now coming into your house and telling you how to raise your own kid. Yikes. Non-compliance fines up to 18, of course, because they want money. Of course, that's always follow the dollar. Sites may be blocked. Access to prawn games, niche gaming forum, or non-state approved content will be restricted. The EU just turned into North Korea, and that's not even a leap. Holy crap. Like, this is what we've been warning about for years. The leap that just got made right here. This is insane. Like, I knew it was going to be bad when this happened, and it wasn't even an if, because we saw the road to hell that EU was going down. Now that it's actually here, it's even worse than I could have ever imagined.
I'm so glad that my country still offers me to buy games such as the ones these people who don't play games mention. Look, most of the families here in Malaysia, they managed to raise their children well, okay? Never, ever, there was any violence of it. And reason is, one, you can't get access to weapons. You can't. Look, even in Japan, you have to follow some certain rules, training, and all that for you to even qualify to own a gun. Unlike if you're in America, at least, you have the First Amendment right, or the Second Amendment. I think it's the Second Amendment, where you are allowed to own a gun as a militia, okay?
It's like Pornhub, Discord, Reddit, and Grindr are compliant. Ofcom investigates 4chan, which may face Cloudflare block under court order. Here we go. What it aims to do. Aims to prevent kids from accessing harmful. Again, this goes to the whole word of hatred. Harmful. What better? What do these ambiguous words mean? How does this do or accomplish or change or fix anything tangibly? How can you show a study that proves what you're doing fixes something? All I can do is show a study proving what this does is pocket money for people. That's all this does. And yeah, of course, it's about power and control too. Don't forget. Harmful social media content like prawn. First off, what? What? How? I would love to have a debate or even a conversation with someone in the EU government about how porn is more harmful than alcohol or driving or working 8+ hours a day. Like, well, what do you mean harmful? I think working 8+ hours a day, or even 8, we'll just say 8. I feel like working 8 hours a day for 5 days a week is harmful to my psyche.
See, here's the thing. When people put things like this, they didn't exactly say the specific. And like you said, censorship is a slippery slope. I mean, what happens if they try to censor things that have direct ties to, what, the CCP? How the Brits or the EU is going to respond to that? Or perhaps even better, the Russian government. That's the real danger, okay? When you think you can censor somebody, you better be ready to face the consequences, because you can't just censor somebody, or in this case, block certain things without any pushback. Which is why for this, it is, if you read the title, it is called UK Online Safety Act is 150% cooked. Look, I may not be a parent or perhaps getting married or anything, but I know this kind of thing through common sense. It is a parent's issue, okay? Not the internet's issues.
I feel like that should be illegal. What are we doing here? What is this? New internet rules come into force this week. Here's what will change. And it's all cut off here saying AI age estimation technology takes a picture of your face to calculate whether you pass its age check. Yeah, sure. I'll trust you, government, when I want to go watch my really weird porn. You're not going to do anything with my face. You're going to trust me with that. What could possibly go wrong? Exactly. Lord Jarrett, right when I said it. What could possibly go wrong? I totally trust them 100% with this third party. They're going to take a picture of me while I'm going to watch porn. Yeah, sure. Savvy says, I love that people are coming together, and I hope this gets enough signatures. Talking specifically about how there's a UK petition to repeal the Online Safety Act, claiming it restricts free speech and burdens. Well, you're in the EU. You don't have free speech. That's why America is America, because we left all that shit. And burdens small hobby forums, causing closures. It needs 100,000 signatures for a parliamentary debate. The government defends the act balance.
Wait, hold on a second. You need 100,000 for the EU? To my friends here who lives in Germany or any parts of Europe, is it true that you need 100,000 signatures to even make them to a debate for the EU? Say it in the comments. You know what? I'm going to put that link if I can find it. I think Smash JT has it in his description. I need to check. If I found it, I will put it in the description of mine. If not, I'll check for the link.
Right now, it's at as the screenshot shows, 76,000. It's probably much higher than that at this point. It says repeal the Online Safety Act. We want the government to repeal the Online Safety Act. And Savvy continued, however, I worry that this will be useless. The nanny state hates you. Look what it has done. A crazy woman who retweets Encos and believes anime is childlike and Elon's Annie is childlike prawn isn't going to unban 4chan or change the rules. It is up to the people of the UK to utilize whatever they can, mobilize and vote. Otherwise, I fear far worse things are to come, which I agree. You can take a lot of things from people. Alcohol and porn are two things you do not take from people. None of this is about protecting children. Thank you. Thank you. Like, holy, it is about surveillance. Deep state wants your picture, They want to know your history. They want to know what you're browsing. They want to sell that shit to people. They want to know everything about you.
I don't know if President Trump is going to see this or any government, but by some miracle you do. President Trump, please do not let them do this. If you're watching this, look at this one here. They're trying to surveillance people. If you're watching this, tell the UKs to back off. Same goes for other Asian countries. I don't know if the government from Asia is going to see this. If by some miracle you do, see this. This one here. It's all about surveillance. They're trying to monitor you.
You give 16-year-olds the power to vote. You take away fiction. Oh, that's another thing, by the way, where the EU lowered the voting age to 16 years old, but then they take away what they're allowed to do. What needs to change is culture. Parking kids in front of iPads is bad. 100% agree with that, which, by the way, as a parent, just a quick aside bar to this whole thing. My wife is a nurse in oncology where she works on a cancer unit. When she's gone, she is gone. 12 and a half plus hours a day, including drive time and her lunch. 12 and a half hours a day, she's gone. She works two days in a row. She's gone. 3 days a week. She has to go to bed early. It's very challenging. Then you throw into that I also need to make money as well, because it's very expensive to live on this planet, but especially in San Diego, it's extremely expensive. So we need to be busting our ass working all day, every day, just to cover the bills, And what falls by the wayside is the kids. And it's so tragic. I try so hard. You guys know that I am very intimately involved with my children's lives and their livelihoods. But I've had conversations with my wife about how it's like, I need to have more time for my kids. And the way everything's gotten so expensive, I can't afford to give more time to my kids, and it kills me. And my wife is always working, and I'm always working, and we're both always working. And because of that, we can't dedicate more time to our kids.
This kind of thing is the one currency, okay? Time is the only currency that cannot be refunded. Honestly, for me, I wish I could have more time just to do what I do best. Generally, folks, even when I work at my old job, I usually said to myself, man, I wish I could have more time to do YouTube and at least continue forward. Sometimes time is something you don't have. Let's continue forward.
They are on the iPad for a couple of hours a day. It happens. Sometimes, ready for this? Oh my God, because I'm about to get clipped by my haters. Sometimes my kids are on the iPads for 2.5 or 3 hours a day. Sometimes that happens. I try my best. I genuinely do. The government coming in, taking away privileges from the kids is not going to improve the situation. What they need to fucking improve is making things more affordable so that parents can afford shit so that they can spend more time with their kids. And
That's true. They really need to fix bloody economy because the economy look like a dumpster fire. And right now, what's happening in the Middle East, it's not even fixing anything. Doesn't matter who you are. If those idiots in the Middle East continue to do stupid things, the whole economy is going to be a dumpster fire. I don't know, folks. Every time there's a war broke out, whether it's in Ukraine or Palestine, we all know that it's going to take a major hit on economy and trades. Every stuff is now expensive as it is. I'm glad that I managed to purchase my laptop before it even happened, okay? But I make sure whatever I buy is enough for me to last a lifetime. Because right now I'm not buying anything. I know things are now expensive as it is. I buy them mostly for my YouTube channel. Most of them. They really need to fix the bloody economy.
Focusing on, not how do we control the population and control the kids and control what people are allowed to do. This shit pisses me off to no end, if you can't tell already. All right, sidebar over. Be involved in your kid's life. But to have maximum involvement, we need a shift back to single family. Thank you. I didn't even read this yet. Yes, this is everything I was saying. Everything I'm saying. We need single family incomes. You want to run as a politician anywhere on this planet in a first world country and say, we are bringing back single family incomes. That is what I'm running on. You got my vote. I literally don't even care what else you stand for. You got my vote. Single family incomes. Let's do it. How do we do this? I'm on board. What do we do? Well, let's go. But instead, they're like, we're so up a creek without a paddle. Shit, let's just take away the rights of people. That's what we'll do. That'll improve things. It sounds bleak, but keep talking and be loud, which I agree. I'm being, if you can't tell, I'm being as loud as I can right now because this shit pisses me off. Be politely aggressive. I'm kind of doing that, right? Right? And only
Mostly.
speak on facts, not anecdotes. Just told you what I'm dealing with. Reality. Provide statistics, evidence for your claims. I mean, do you want my mortgage and my bills? Because I can show people that. I'm not hiding anything from people. But I don't even need to do that because anyone that lives on this planet knows I'm not alone. You guys are dealing with the same shit that I'm dealing with. This is why it kills me. Otherwise, I suspect businesses will stop servicing the UK altogether. Too much cost.
Let me tell you this. My first paycheck when I first started working, it was like what, 1K Malaysian ringgit, $100 or something? Then dropped to 700. It's like what, less than 150 or 100, 200 bucks between that? I don't blame my boss for couldn't afford it because right now, look what's happening. The whole economy, not just in my country, but in every place, is a dumpster fire. Now adding this up, it's not even helping anybody. And I'm certain some of you who has paycheck that is probably lower than your previous paycheck. And I know I'm not alone. If it can happen to one person, it can happen to anybody. And this one is, and Madam Savvy is correct, the government needs to stop. You know what? I think this issue is mostly for the parents, okay? I may not be married or having a family myself, but you have to understand one thing. As a common sense, I can tell this is a parents issue, okay? I am so glad that my parents raised me well. As a reward, I get to play my first mature-rated games, House of the Dead. And because of that, I wasn't desensitized to violence. Well, now that this thing is already in effect, I feel sorry to my British viewers here. You deserve a better law than this one, okay? I'm certain all British people and all British viewers who are watching this, you probably don't like this. There's a slippery slope. I will look for the petition. If I can find it, I will put it in the description. If I can, we'll see. To my British viewers, take care of yourself. Remember one thing. Don't let the government control you. This kind of thing, the Online Safety Act, it's not helping anybody. Genuinely, it's not helping anybody. Not one bit. Mommy! Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, gaming theories, or you just want to see me play games. Visit my first, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.